Hello and welcome to Timeline Watch Review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Uncle Seiko Waffle Strap. Before I get any further, show you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my San Martin 62 MAS. Really, I just put this on for this video. I've been wearing my turtle almost exclusively since I got it, and I've been wearing it almost exclusively on this strap since I got it. So first, a little bit about Uncle Seiko. He is first and foremost a Seiko fan. He decided that he wanted to make recreations of vintage Seiko rubber straps and bracelets. And he says that he doesn't create or sell anything that he doesn't enjoy wearing himself. And I think that what he's doing is really great and just adds to uh, just the wonderful options out there for fans of Seiko watches. So this strap retails for $39 on uncleseiko.com. This is the 22 millimeter variant. You can also get it in a 20 millimeter and 19 millimeter. You can also get it in several different lengths. So there's a short length and a long or standard length. I forget which he calls it. The short, this end is 75 millimeters, and this end is 125 millimeters. And then I have the longer variant where this is 80 millimeters, and this end is 130 millimeters. So the material, I believe, is some sort of polyurethane material. He doesn't say what the material is on his site. So the material doesn't have your typical rubber feel. It's almost a little bit plasticky, and so that was kind of the first thing that I noticed. My initial first impression. I'm gonna admit that I was a little bit disappointed when I first received this strap. That's by no means, fault of Uncle Seiko. That was really more, I guess, my mistake in kind of having inaccurate expectations of how this strap was going to look and feel. The strap that came on this watch is this Seiko silicone strap, and so this thing is super pliable, really soft and flexible and comfortable. And it actually doesn't really attract hair too bad and lint for being a silicone strap. And so I was kind of expecting something that felt more like this, or something that felt kind of more like this. This is a Benetto Cinturini strap, so this is vulcanized rubber. And so this is also really soft and flexible like silicone. And so what I ended up receiving was really something more like this material. This is a Seiko strap. I believe this is what you get on, say, like the SKX 013. This is the 20 millimeter variant, but also on the other SKX models. And so it would make sense, I guess, that this is going to feel like one of those Seiko straps. So, and I haven't felt one of the original Waffle straps, but really I imagine that the material would feel more like this than it would feel like this. And so I guess that you could say that is a negative, but it could also be a positive, depending on your perspective and how true you're trying to stay to an original Seiko strap from the 70s. And so the only other negative, and again, this also is probably not a fault of Uncle Seiko's, but more of the original design of the Seiko strap, is the spacing of these holes can make it a little bit difficult to get a really good fit. But after wearing this for a while, you can see it's kind of conformed to my wrist, and by the shape of it, it's really curved. And I've noticed that the fit seems to kind of feel better as time goes on, and it conforms to my wrist better. And also, um, as my wrist kind of expands and contracts during the day, it seems to really kind of fit the wrist and hug the wrist well. So, although that kind of seems like a negative, again, that's really just, um, I guess, an expectation I had that wasn't met. But in keeping, to the original Seiko Waffle strap, everything that I've heard and read says that they were the same way. And so in that way, Uncle Seiko is really kind of, keeping the design and feel of those original straps. And so now on to the positives. As I said, I wasn't initially blown away by this strap, but I've been wearing it pretty much every day since I got it, and each day that goes by, I'm liking it more and more. It's incredibly comfortable, and it doesn't get hot, and that's something that has not been my experience with something like this silicone strap, or a Bonetto Santorini strap like this. So these tend to get more hot and will really stick to your skin, whereas this one has not been doing that. And so that's something that is definitely a big positive for me and something that I really like about this strap. So let me show you quick how this appears on my 7-inch wrist. All right, and there it is, the Seiko Turtle on the Uncle Seiko Waffle strap. I should mention that this is the V2, the second version of this strap. There was a previous version that I had heard was rather stiff. This one certainly is not stiff. It's very, very pliable and shapes well to the wrist. I did put this in some hot water like you would with the first version strap. You really don't need to do that, but I kind of wanted to speed up the break-in period a little bit, and it did, kind of increase the curve that you see in it, and I felt it was a little bit more comfortable after doing that, but that's certainly by no means something that you have to do with these. And so, as far as kind of what you get with this strap, you have this waffle design here and kind of a straight kind of tread pattern at the ends. Same on this end. You have two keepers that are separate, and so I personally like having two keepers because it allows me to kind of keep the part that goes through the tang here close to my wrist, and then also the end with the second keeper close to the band. And so I personally like having two keepers. You could always remove one of these if you didn't want the other one. And the keepers do grip the strap well, so I don't find the end doesn't come out throughout the day. So that's something that I certainly enjoy. So on the back side, you have kind of these indentations and holes on both ends. So this is a really good design with this strap. It prevents it from really sticking to the skin and allows the heat from your wrist to escape. And so that's something that's a definite plus, over this design, which sticks to your wrist for sure. This doesn't get that hot, but I mean, there definitely is more heat with this than you would get with the Uncle Seiko. And this definitely sticks to your wrist and can also get a little bit hot as the day goes on. So, I like all three of these straps quite a bit. There's certainly, pros and cons with each of them, as far as like the feel that you're going for, as far as how the strap feels on your wrist, I should say. If you want something, that's really soft and comfortable, I should say soft and pliable but also comfortable. You know, the original Seiko strap is great, and you know, one of these is also really comfortable, and feels great. But you know, as you wear it throughout the day, if it's really hot, it tends to not be quite as comfortable, and you may need to like take it off for a minute or two and just kind of wipe your wrist down and put it back on. So that has not been my experience with this. This thing is great to wear, you know, all day. I kind of even forget that it's there, and so it's that comfortable. And the more I wear this, the more that I like it. So I just wanted to kind of compare that to one other strap. So here's another strap I wanted to show you. This is a silicone waffle strap that I got on AliExpress. And so when I was, you know, shopping around for a strap and kind of seeing if there were other options besides the Uncle Seiko strap, this is one that I came across. I believe this is actually what you would get on like the San Martin if you got it on a rubber strap instead of a bracelet. And so the thing that really kind of piqued my curiosity is in the review for this strap. There's a picture saying that it was actually an Uncle Seiko strap. They had a picture of this logo. As you can see, that logo is not there. This is definitely not the same strap. This is a different material, and this has, you know, the feel, I guess, that I was kind of expecting. With the Uncle Seiko, this definitely does not have the quality of the Uncle Seiko. This being silicone, it is comfortable, but it is a hair and lint magnet. I mean, just look at all that stuff that's sticking to this strap. And I've actually rinsed this off recently and keep it in a Ziploc bag. This is kind of what has just collected and accumulated on this strap just while I was kind of preparing for this video and filming it. So if you look at that next to the Uncle Seiko, you can see that the Uncle Seiko really does not have stuff sticking to it. This is not a dust and lint magnet whatsoever. This is a completely different material. It's probably like a polyurethane. There is a little bit of stretch to it, but you know, it's nothing like the stretch on this one. So if like dust and lint bothers you, I would certainly recommend against ordering this kind of waffle strap. So yeah, that I think really sums it up. You know, just to recap, this strap is from Uncle Seiko. It's the Waffle Strap V2. Retails for $39. Uncle Seiko does have a discount code that he said that I can share with my viewers, and that is WIS deal, and that will get you 10% off. So yeah, again, I think Uncle Seiko is doing a great thing. You can tell that he really likes Seikos and stands behind his products. And yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention, the customer service. So I had exchanged some emails with him, and he replies to him really promptly. He's really courteous and polite. He answered all of my questions, and he just really gets an A plus from a customer service aspect. And so yeah, I mean, I can't say enough good things. I mean, for the money, $39, this is kind of more on the expensive side for what you get, I would say. I guess you could say that might be a slight con. But I am really happy with this. And just when I was kind of looking for other waffle straps available, I couldn't find a vulcanized rubber waffle strap. So I couldn't find this material with this design. For the most part, really all I found was something like this, which is just not comparable in quality at all. I mean, this was about a fourth of the price, and I'd say it's about a fourth of the overall quality. So yeah, maybe on the slightly more expensive side, but there isn't much other option out there. And a portion of all of Larry's sales do go to orphans, so he is he is doing something really positive, both for us Seiko fans, but also just for people in general, specifically children. So I think that's a great thing that he's doing, and I'm really okay with spending a little bit extra money, knowing that money's going to a good cause. So yeah, that's really all I've got to say about this. Hope that you enjoyed this video. Please click like and subscribe, and click the bell icon for more updates of future content. And until then, see you next time. Thanks, guys.